making a video in the dark here. I'll turn the van lights on. Makes it a little harder to drive, but not impossible. So, I got just an update here. Some good and some bad. What would you like first, the good news or the bad news? How about the good news first? The good news is I'm burning out of Texas right now. I got some miles, and in Texas, the speed limit is insane. I think Texas, outside of probably Montana, must have the highest speed limits. Maybe it's this way in a lot of the West. But anyways, it's 75 miles an hour posted here, so we can really burn it up right out of Brownsville, Texas, where we got a load, which was coming. We were here at Laredo. A lot of people tell you horror stories about Laredo. I might make that the title of this video, but I don't mind coming to Laredo, except for the bad news I'm going to tell you in a little bit. It's not really bad, but I'm kind of bummed about something. And it's really a spoiler on the entire gig, so it is important to me, but we'll get to that. I was in Laredo, and I love Laredo. I mean, it's friendly people. It's a cool little town. It's got a lot of little places, but it's not too big. It's got everything you need. It's got all the food you want. It's got a Walmart. It's got everything you need. It's got places to sleep. Although every place was a little bit noisy, I found last few nights. But it's nice. I don't mind going there. Plus, I just had like summertime weather, and it's like 40 or 30 and snowing everywhere else in the country. And it was like summertime here. So, well, who doesn't want a little southern vacation once in a while? People complain that they can't get out of there, but my company, with some deadhead miles that they may or may not be paying, you never really know. I think they pay after a certain amount, but they're kind of not very clear on that. Nothing's written on paper, which I don't like. But anyways, I was able to deadhead to Brownsville, is where they got some auto parts. It's usually auto parts going to some GM plant. In this case, it's Kansas City. I got a whole load of 2 racks of steering wheels in big metal crates going to, but they fit in the back with a bed down, so if I want to get some sleep tonight, no problem. But the way they loaded me, they made me wait until the actual loading time, and I got there pretty early just in case, so I was able to catch this 2-hour nap, and with that, I'm feeling like I'm ready to burn up some miles. My plan was, sleep tonight, drive in the day tomorrow, but the more I can chip off tonight, the better. So, and I'm feeling it. I'm feeling like rock rolling. So, I'm burning out of there. And part of the good news was there's no traffic behind me, no traffic ahead of me. It's amazing. There seems to be an ambulance way up above or way ahead, and he's cruising, so I'm not even catching him. So, pretty good. There was this cool fog as we left Brownsville. It's a little foggy right now, but not as thick as it was in Brownsville, which was kind of cool. I cranked up some classic Blue Oyster Cult, I'm Burning For You, and started burning down the road, trying to chip away some hours. It's 16, just shy of 17 hours on this run, so it's 1,090 miles or something like that to the destination. So it's a good, $300 run. $320, something like that's what I'll end up getting paid. But that being said, it's kind of good, it's kind of an average run. It's pretty typical miles. I just kicked off my cruise control there. So yeah, so pretty good in that regard. But a lot of times we get parts from this area going over to Canada, going into like the Toronto area and stuff like that. And I would have liked that because, and here comes the bad news, I have a ticket for a concert, an Eric Johnson show at the Tralf in Buffalo on Wednesday night. And I was given that time off, and This time, I gave them a reminder earlier in the week about time off. And they still sent me to Laredo. Well, I gave them the reminder after that, but I figured, well, coming to Laredo on Friday, that's still plenty of time to get me back around town. Maybe they've got it all set up. Now, they botched my first time off. My time off was requested after I ran for a solid 3 months and got stuck on my Christmas week doing nothing in a tiny little Texas town, which they apologized for profusely. So after that, I kind of had enough, and I put in my day off request. I said, look, I'm not just going to sit here waiting for them to ask, because they're never going to ask. They just want to keep me out on the road. But it's too much. They really want to they will keep you out on the road. They'll run you until you die. It's like there's no thought process at all. You know, for like someone who is a go-getter and a moneymaker, never complains about anything, takes any run they get, and tries their best to be on time, and has a good record of being on time, and not having hassles out on the road, not calling in dispatch with problems all the time, and turning in the paperwork without getting without being late. There's no thought to taking that person and being like, hey, you've been out for 2 months. Do you need your week off? When you get these jobs, you're promised the availability of 1 week a month. Just stay out. We need you out for 20 days at the minimum. Okay, reasonable. If you've got a lot of things, you definitely, at least if you have an apartment, why have an apartment if you're not even going to be home for a month? Why are you paying a month of an apartment for? So, and everything else, everyone's still got it. No matter how, I don't have a wife, I don't have pets, so I don't have to. I don't have a girlfriend over there, so I don't have to go home for anything major. But you still got to check your mail. You still got to check your apartment. I had an animal get in my apartment, and the only way I knew was the landlord had gotten in there for some maintenance issues, and let me know that some of my food items were torn up by a squirrel that had gotten in there. So, you got to get home once in a while. So they got me out of Brownsville, but I'm only going to Kansas City. Kansas City is 962 miles from the trough in Buffalo. That is an easy, 60 gallons times 2. It's an easy $120 extra cost for me to go see that concert. It's enough money for me to just say, fuck it. But I'm not that kind of guy. I don't go see just whimsical, shitty, like take it or leave it concerts. I never go to concerts unless it's an artist that I really, really love. And there's pretty much 2 of them. Rush, who doesn't tour anymore, and any other of those bands, Pink Floyd, yes, Zeppelin, they don't tour anymore. Well, Yes does. Roger Waters, I might try to see him sometime, but seeing how it goes...
In half a mile, continue on to US 77 North.
Seeing how it goes, I don't know if I'll just buy any ticket. I'll just try to, if I happen to be in a city that they're in one night. So I should get on the CB and let people know that there's a Stady sitting here. Waiting to give someone a ticket.
Continue on US 77 North for 73 miles.
He's got his parking lights on. It's a little conspicuous. Anyways, I'm pretty bummed because I got a choice then. I asked them to, first of all, they got me dropping off past the time of the concert. I asked them, look, can I drop off early? Because this is pretty upsetting to me. They said, yeah, they should take you early. No guarantees. But according to dispatch, they say they'll take me early. Okay. Now, if they can take me early, great. That means there's a chance I could potentially have a load out of there Wednesday morning. I said, could you get me at least 500 miles closer? maybe they can give me something to Ohio or something, and then it's not such a bad deal. But in any event, it's kind of to the point where I might just skip out. I don't know. Maybe write Eric Johnson a letter and say, hey, man, my job just ripped me off for your... I have a front row seat. Okay, I'm not in the back rows. I'm front and center. These are really exceptional seats I got for $40. You can't beat it. And I got to spend an extra $120 to get there. So that really pisses me off. And it double pisses me off that I sent them a letter on the weekend and I got no response. I sent them another reminder and they were like, okay. And then when I sent them this other thing, hey, can I drop off early? Yeah, I think so. Can you find me another load going toward Buffalo, toward that way? Yeah, we'll try. So basically, that tells me that even though I'm dealing with a person that's been super friendly and told me to call them anytime I need it, you know, whatever I need, it's still, I get the impression that if it comes to like some kind of time off or something, they don't give a shit about that.
Make a U-turn.
We don't gotta make no U-turn. There's some construction, so the GPS no longer understands where the hell I am. So anyways, that's my story. I'll let you guys go. We'll let you know, we'll update you, let you know if I actually make it to the trial or not. As it is right now, I think I'm going to try to drive through the night here. I think as I get around 3 or 4 in the morning, it depends where I am. If I'm near Dallas and it's like 3 in the morning, I'm going to press on through so I can beat the traffic in Dallas. If depending, you know, maybe not. If I get there at 5 a.m. and I'm getting morning rush hour traffic, I'll shut it down there and take a break. But once daylight hits, I'll get my second win. If I can make it through, if it's about 3 in the morning and I get tired, I'll pull over. But this is the best time to drive. There's simply no traffic on the road. I love driving from about 2 a.m. to about 5 a.m. to me is premium driving time, because aside from animals, but animals don't really run until the twilight of evening and morning, for the most part, you're pretty smooth sailing those times of the day. So we'll see how it goes. I wish I could set these videos up with more than just me talking. But I guess newbies can get an idea about what van expediting is like, what to expect. You know, make sure your company. A good thing to ask if you're in an interview is what is the exact policy for deadhead miles? What is the exact mileage that they'll pay you? Write it down when they say it, because you're going to need to hold them to their word. And what is their policy on time off? Make sure you keep that piece of paper at the top of your folder, because you're going to want to review that and hold them to their word on their day off policies. So we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.